I was in special ed, K through 12.
All the way till you were senior high school.
Yeah.
You were riding the short bus.
Little short bus. Choo-choo.
What'd they say you had?
I don't even know. Like, I come from a very poor family, group home, foster care. I lived in a dumpster. I know the value of a dollar. We're not just making money, we're changing people's lives. And I believe that's my mission now. I'm going to deliver you a good check for you and your family to be secure for the rest of your life. Last company I sold was for $36 million. 6 successful exits, all mid-8 figures. It's over $1 billion evaluation.
What's the one money-making strategy you've never revealed publicly? What it is, Brad Lee back again with another episode of Dropping Bombs. Today in the studio, folks, I got a real treat for you, especially if you like making money. Mr. Lance Bachmann in the house. What's cracking, Lance?
Nothing much, man. Thanks for having me. Nice to see you again, brother.
Now, folks, if you guys like paying attention to people who have actually already achieved the shit we're all trying to achieve, then you guys want to pay attention because Lance has already exited for a huge number several times.
6 times.
6 times already. And now he pretty much does it on a regular basis.
I don't know. I've done it twice this year already.
Well,
I
you
sold Munns and I sold Shock IT this year already.
So you just keep finding companies, grabbing them, boom, grow them, bang, exit. Grab another one, grow them, bang, exit.
It was funny. I was on a plane yesterday and the guy asked me, he said, I follow you on Instagram. He said next to me, I said, how'd you get into this? I'm like, I don't even know. Like, it just kind of just happened. I partner with companies. I don't buy companies. I partner with them. I might put cash into the bank if it needs a cash help. But I partner with the right partners. It's tough, right? You got to find the right people. I scale them. I have very good relationships with all the private equity firms. And when they're ready to be sold to them, I sell them to the private equity firms. So I've done it 6 times now. I'll do my 7th and 8th early next year. I have 2 companies that will be ready to go. And yeah, I do. I mean, I love it. I enjoy it. And I'm very blessed by God that I've been very fortunate to have 6 successful exits, all mid-8 figures.
You're the top voice in roofing. You've sold 6 companies for $100 million plus. Now you've got LB Capital, where basically you're applying this build, scale, sell, repeat model.
Yes.
And you host the podcast Exit Rich.
Absolutely.
And is that your legacy?
No, my legacy is my children. My legacy will be, I think all the companies I've sold now, the private equity, is my legacy business-wise. Every one of them are still in business. They've all grown. And I think that tells a lot about what you do as a successful business person. When you leave a company, does it still grow? Do you have the right leadership place there, right team in place? No, but my legacy is my family, my 4 sons and my wife by far.
So if you leave a company and it tanks, that means what?
It means you didn't do the right things for sure. Now there's 2 reasons, right? It can be new ownership, right? They come in, they start changing things. Companies normally do take a little dip when you sell, right? Just so people fully understand. Like, that's why earnouts are so hard to hit and people know it. Like, earnouts are very hard to hit, where I've gotten all my earnouts up until this last time, right? Which is comical, right?
You missed it?
I didn't miss it. The guy sleazed me, in my opinion, but listen, he won the game, right? He had better paperwork, right? And that's what it comes down to. And
what it cost you?
Cost me $3 million. Cost me $3 million.
Chump change.
It's not chump change. Listen,
dude, your kid has more than $3 million.
My kid does have more than $3 million, but that's not the point. I mean, I've earned every nickel for my children.
Yeah, but at the end of the day, when you leave a company, like if I leave Lightspeed, a lot of times their ability to continue to grow is there, but usually when the founder or the original people that really had the passion to grow it are gone, a lot of times I've seen, especially when it's corporate takeovers, they just think different than entrepreneur founders.
So I was the vice president of AT&T, so I have a totally different opinion, right? Corporate America just doesn't lose. Like, I try to explain that to people. Like, what do you mean? I'm like, they have the brightest people, they have the sharpest people, they understand the debt lever, they understand taking debt, they know how to work with banks, they know how to grow companies. And I learned that from AT&T. They understand it. They have buying power, huge buying power, and they understand scale. So I disagree. I think where a lot of people do fail, Brad, and private equity firms, is they come and they make all these changes in the first 3 or 6. The problem is they'll hire some guy that worked at, I'll give you an example. What's the Mexican place? Chilapas or something? Chilotes, whatever it's fucking called.
Chipotle.
Yes. So one of the companies I sold, they brought the new general manager, and he was making tacos. He was a manager at Chipotle. I'm like, he knows nothing about roofing. So of course that company stumbled, and we had to go back in and help and revise it. But 9 times out of 10, they try bringing ex-military people that were officers that understand leadership. But they will make it work. I mean, seldomly will a private equity firm ever shut down a business. They understand the human capital is the human beings themselves.
And they have deep pockets.
They have deep pockets. The real private equity firms have funds they're managing, and that's what people don't realize. They're managing funds. Now, search funds.
Other people's money.
They're 401ks, retirement plans, all this stuff. They're some funds are $1 billion, Brad. Some funds are 500 million. These funds don't lose. They can take a $100,000, $200,000 a month loss and weather the storm and come back and put the right dials in place. Now the search funds, which is a totally different type of buyer, they come in, they say they are private equity, and you'll learn this because I've done it 6 times now. They're not private equity. What they do is just comb through deals. Then they pass around the old proverbial hat to all their friends and everyone they know. They're good at raising money. And there'll be 30 people on the cap table buying your company. Then you hit the debt lever for whatever half of your cash flow is, because a bank like Live Oak Bank will give you $10 million on a $20 million business, right? So they bleed the business dry. And what happens is they just run it. So you'll never hit your earn out. And then they change management, and I would never sell to a search fund again unless you're happy with a search fund. But they'll say they're private equity, where the same exact clothes, the polos and the Dockers, and they come in, they say they have their MBAs and all the same. It's the same, and they'll say they have the money secured, and it's not. So you just got to make sure it's a search fund, and they'll deny they're a search fund. But hey, simple way to get to that is, what's the name of your fund? What's the name of your bank? Who's your investors and how much is in that fund? And what's your debt? Do you have debt on any of your other companies you bought? It's a real simple question.
And what if they do?
Well, then you better make sure. I want to talk to every single person you've ever dealt with.
Or pound sand?
Pound sand. I'm going to tell you to pound sand.
What's LB Capital?
LB Capital's, I probably should have named it something else. Probably not the best name I ever picked, but came around quick. And what we do is we partner with companies, primarily roofing companies for the most part, roofing, siding, windows. That's our main. I've been in HVAC, I've been in painting, been in IT, been in digital marketing. We do have a 2 technology companies now. But I do like the roofing space. I think it's the easiest space right now to scale and grow. And we're looking at fencing, and we partner with people. And we take their companies, and we have a 24 to 36 month plan to sell your company to private equity. And it's life-changing money for people. When you get in a check for $5 million or 10 now, and people are like, well, that's not a lot of money. It's a lot of money. Stop. I say this all the time. Like, I'm friends with JT Fox, right? And you know that. He'll be like, unless you have $100 million, you're poor. I'm like, you're fucking high. Like you could give the average person $10 million and they'd be ecstatic for the rest of your life. Matter of fact, you could probably give the average person $5 million and they'd be ecstatic for the rest of your life. I come from a very poor family, group home, foster care. I've seen hell and back. I lived in a dumpster. I know the value of a dollar. It's life changing. So at LB Capital, we say it all the time. We're not just making money, we're changing people's lives. And I believe that's my mission now from God. For whatever reason, I don't know how I got here. My job is to partner with people that are good people and help make them into millionaires. I'm never going to promise people I'm going to make them to a 100 millionaire or 50 millionaire. I'm going to deliver you a good check for you and your family to be secure for the rest of your life.
So what is your process?
Mine? So
well, I mean, what's the process? You
so
have
it was
this
very
build, scale,
unorthodox.
sell, resell, or repeat.
What you mean when someone becomes a partner with me, or
this says build, scale, sell, repeat process.
Correct.
So you talked me into partnering with you.
Mm-hmm. Believe it or not, everybody comes to me.
Yeah, but now my roofing company is our roofing company.
Yes.
And then what do?
We immediately
tell me to step aside. What do you tell me to do?
Well, we're looking for people that want to run the company, right? That want to be the sales leader or production leader, right? Because that's the two biggest key points you need.
What if I just had a little roofing company? I have all those people and I was just sucking the thing.
You don't have all those people because you wouldn't be little. If you have a good, fundamental, great sales team, you'll never be a small business. Because every organization, you're not a roofing company. You're a sales organization. You're a marketing company. Then you're a recruiting company. Then you're a technology company, and you're a leadership company. Then you're a systems process company. Like, no, you're not a roofing company. Like I'm a sales and marketing organization, all my companies. You know, I had a tree guy, you'll laugh at this, and he came to one of my masterminds and he's like, I got to make a decision, Lance, on do I trade my ethics and my moral compass in to be like these guys that are doing 10, 20 times the amount of work I'm doing and install trees wrong. Now, I'm not being rude. I'm like, can you explain yourself to me? He's like, yeah. He's like, they install trees. I'm like, I didn't know you could install a tree wrong unless it died. Like, right. That's how little people really give a shit. So I said, well, how many people could be complaining about these people? I said, give me the name of the company. I looked it up. The guy had 504.9 reviews that he's complaining about this guy. I'm like, dude, clearly his customers are happy. I'm like, he's like, yeah, but they're not putting the trees in like I am. I'm like, no one gives a shit how the tree goes in. People want the experience. People want to know it's good quality work and it's done and you're going to take care of them. If no one knows who you are, it doesn't matter. Like, you are a marketing company and a sales organization. We're not a roofing company. I tell all my leaders that all the time.
What was he saying about the incorrect installation of a tree? What were they doing wrong?
Oh, I didn't even get into it. It doesn't matter. You got 3 employees. These people have 30, 40 employees and they got 500 5-star reviews. No, I'm sorry. Like, it doesn't matter. Your perception.
But they're doing it wrong.
It doesn't matter. Who gives a shit? Doing what wrong? You're saying they're doing it wrong. That's why I
always like when people try to tell me what to do with my social media. You shouldn't be doing this. You shouldn't be doing that. And I'm like, whoa, how many followers you got? They're like, well, like 800, but I'm like, oh, okay. Same concept.
If you want to go to the circus, go to the comment section of social media. If you want to really go to the circus, go to your circle of unsuccessful friends and ask them for advice. Because they're going to give you a plethora of how to run your business, how to teach your kids and none of them achieved anything.
Do you have unsuccessful friends?
I do. That came out the wrong way. I have friends that aren't millionaires. Yes, I do. Why
don't you make them millionaires?
Listen, not everybody wants to take the journey with you. Not everyone wants to. Listen,
Who?
The majority of people don't want to take the journey. I actually think the reason why your biggest enemies come from within is because you try to take them on the journey and they don't want to. I've hired friends that fucking hate me now. I've hired family members that hate me. I got brothers that don't talk, that tried to burn me to the ground.
Why?
Because they hate success. And they, like, come on, how many people hate you? Like,
none.
Yeah, my ass, my man.
Not that I know of.
Yeah, okay.
I get very little hate compared to most people, though.
I mean, the one thing you are is you're polished, right? You're very nice to people. You're polished. We've always had a great relationship. Well,
I'm very nice, period. It's not nice to people.
And I think when you come from nothing, I think when you come from poor backgrounds and you try to elevate other people and you start showing them, hey, we can make money doing this, but it's going to be hard work. We're going to work 15 hours a day. They're like, okay, we'll do it. And then they do it for 2, 3 days or 4 days or 5 days. And then they start with he's an asshole. He demands too much. There's a scene in this one show where the guy makes the guy one of the best cooks in the country around, and the kid's yelling at the guy. He's like, you gave me anxiety. And the guy's like, you should thank me. He's like, I've had sleepless nights. He's like, you're welcome. He's like, I got all these problems. And the guy's like, you wanted to be the best cook. You wanted to be the chef. You sacrificed. You got here. Now I'm the problem. Like, and that's what happens is a lot of people don't want to take the journey. It's all perspective, right? Like, it's people, remember this. The reason why someone doesn't talk to you is never the reason why someone doesn't talk to you. They always want a reason not to talk to you and not to be your friend. Always.
So let's go back to when Lance didn't have any dough. What were you doing?
I was selling advertising. I was the vice president before I was vice president of AT&T. I'll be forever grateful to a guy by the name of Jeff Cartwright. Gave me my first job selling advertising. I'll thank the man for the rest of my life. Changed my life. I sold the phone book. Remember the old Donnelly Directory with the coyote on it? I was selling that door to door, just knocking on doors, just hustling.
Selling it or selling ads in it?
Selling ads in it. Just selling advertising in the phone book. And the phone book was
Remember the phone books?
It was the best. It was the best product in the world. It was I believe there was no stronger advertising product ever in the history of America than that phone book for people. I've seen it too many times.
What do you mean?
Dude, like if you could own an auto repair company, right? Where would you go? Everybody went to the phone book. It was your only option.
It was Google back then.
No, it wasn't. 30 years ago, I'm 51 years old.
It was the equivalent.
It's Google. It was Google of 10 years ago. Now it's social media. People are starting to ask referrals and community pages, all that stuff. That didn't happen, right? When it was just Google, when it didn't get to be able to buy Yellow Book, when Joe Walsh didn't sell to Google, and Google said, I'm going to go on the local search. It's probably about 15 years ago now, 17 years ago. Google was the dominant player, just like the phone book, 100%. They're the only two big things. But Google's not as strong as, look at the aggregators for leads for home services. They'll blow Google away now. They'll blow Google away. Not even close.
How?
Because just the cost of price point of what Google AdWords costs now compared to these aggregators, it's not even close.
Are leads easy to come by in the roofing space?
Yes, if you do it right.
So why doesn't everyone just start a roofing company?
Well, most people just don't have the courage to do it, and most people don't know how to do marketing. I'm going to say 99% of people don't do. Listen, this is what I think is the most comical thing, and you know this because people will say this to you all the time. I'm the best roofer, or I'm the best carpenter, or I'm the best light guy. None of that shit matters if people don't know you. You have to be the best marketer. Like, it just doesn't matter. So I don't think most people know how to do marketing. I think 99% of business owners don't understand KPIs. They don't understand all the way a lead comes in. They don't understand speed to lead. They don't understand their close rate on the lead. They don't understand their book rate on leads. I don't think the majority of people understand their KPIs. I don't think they're really bothered by them.
I would have to agree. It's sometimes tough when you don't have the right team in place that knows what KPIs to look at. Not everybody's as bright as you think they are.
No, not everybody chooses to be bright. There's a difference. Anyone can. There's too much free information out there now. Like, this isn't like, I haven't turned a news channel on in my house besides another election for Trump. Before that, it was 4 years prior to that. The news is never on in my house because it's fake bullshit. The whole news is nothing but a marketing company. And people are like, what do you mean? I'm like, they are all marketers. They're there to sell you, to watch them. They'll lie to you. They don't care. It's a marketing. They make all their money from advertising. People don't understand that. News stations make all their money from advertising. You know that, right? It's the only way they make money. How else does a news station make money?
I don't know.
It's all advertising dollars. So if you don't spew the garbage your advertisers want, they won't advertise, right? So it's the same thing. You don't go to the TV anymore. If you just go to YouTube, give me a profession that you want me to learn. Say, Lance, this is the profession I want you to learn.
Marketing. I go to YouTube for free, and the first thing I do is go He
free.
says YouTube.
YouTube, right for free, and I type it in there, and I just start watching videos on basic marketing, branded marketing, non-branded marketing, SEO, PPC. I get all the different channels of marketing that there is, online, offline, and I give myself, after probably a week, if I'm obsessed with it, I put 78 hours in, I probably know more about basic marketing than someone that went to school for 4 years and drank and fucked their way through college.
What do you think an entrepreneur should focus on, marketing or sales?
I think marketing and sales goes hand to hand. And I think the biggest thing any entrepreneur has to focus on is P&Ls. And I just don't think anyone looks at them. If I told you how many people come to me and they don't have P&Ls, it's mind-boggling to me. They have no clue.
Well, they have to, don't they?
No.
They don't even have QuickBooks to print them out?
No. They're not up to date. They have no clue. They trust their accountant. You know how many people think their accountant's the smartest person in the world? I'm like, your accountant, no offense, is one of the most dumbest people in the world. That's why they work by themselves or with 2-3 other people. Like, what business have they built? Well,
they trust their numbers.
I don't. They don't care. Accountants, remember this, are no different than a realtor. They just want to get you to the table, get it done, collect their money, and move on. Like a realtor doesn't care if you overpay for a house or underpay for a house. They're getting their commission. An accountant doesn't care how much you pay in taxes or don't pay in taxes. They're billing you by the hour. An accountant doesn't pay you by what you pay on your taxes, do they? They bill you by the hour.
Yeah. So if I'm an entrepreneur and I don't know my numbers, how would I begin to learn them?
The same way I did. I went to a conference. I do believe in going to conferences. You know that, and masterminds. I tell people go to anything you can, pay for it. Was the best decision I made in my life. A lot of people will be like, well, that's $5,000 or $10,000 or $50,000 or $100,000. I'm like, well, where are you going to learn? You got to learn from people that have done it, have been around it. And then also what I did was I went to my accountant and I said, I want you, when you're doing our P&L stuff with my sister, who's my CFO, I want us leveling up. I want to see why you do it. Everything they taught me, I literally just started mastering, going to YouTube, understanding it. And now with ChatGPT, all you got to do is go to ChatGPT and say, give me a course on a P&L breakdown on what the most important things are from top. Let's give you income, then GP, then your marketing spend, then your net income, then your EBITDA. And they'll literally break it down and just videos on it. It's so, I feel like if you can't become a millionaire in this environment, in the world we live in, you're just the laziest human being around.
What do you think the most important 5 lines on a P&L is?
I think obviously top line revenue, your gross profit has to be, you have to know those metrics. If you don't understand your gross profit and what goes into a gross profit, there's a problem, right? So if your gross profit's right, you're going to be good there. Your marketing, what's your marketing spend? Because you have to spend money in marketing. And if you're not, it's a problem. Number 4 is simple. What's all my fixed cost? What's that go to? And then my last one's at net income. Am I making money or am I not making money? It's real simple. P&L is the easiest thing to understand once you know it.
So if you take over a company and they're not making money, what do you do?
Me? Immediately, first thing we do is we do sales and marketing and we work on the close rate. The biggest thing that will kill a company, and this is the worst thing, is when most people complain probably to you, Brad, I don't get enough leads. I don't get enough leads, right? Now imagine this. The problem that most companies have that when they first come to us is, and we start revamping things, is we have too many leads, but our close rate is low. So we have a guy right now in my coaching group, the Winner Circle, his close rate is literally 7%. Like, no offense, like you cannot talk and close more than 7% of people. Like, I'm being tongue in cheek here, but do you know how bad your sales call process is and what you're doing on a call is to only close 7% of people that reached out to you? We're not cold calling people. They reached out to you. Come on. So you got to look at your close rate.
So do you train them?
Yes.
I mean, how do you fix it?
We have a full training. We have trainers and a training classroom, yeah.
So you walk in, if I'm trying to get you to partner with me, you're going to want my P&Ls.
P&L, balance sheet, cash, debt, how many vehicles, what's your org chart look like? Then I want to know, are you married? If you're not married, I will not partner with you. It doesn't make a difference.
Why?
I think unmarried people, I think when I wasn't married, you're chasing women, right? I just think that the reality is this, and I broke it down to a guy. If you're not married, you're going to spend an hour on Grindr, Bumble, Tinder, one of these damn apps, whatever they're called, Yellow Jacket, I don't know what they're called, right? There are just tons of apps out there. You're going to spend an hour a day. That means you're going to spend during the work week 5 hours. What? Why are you laughing? Why are you laughing?
Go ahead.
No, why are you laughing? Come on.
I'm just listening.
You're going to spend an hour a day on these fucking apps, right? That's 5 hours a week. That's 20 hours a month, right? That's 280 hours a year. Break that down by how many work weeks that is. Do 40 and 280, 40, 80, 120, 160, 200, 240. That's 6 weeks of somebody spending time on Grindr, Tinder, Bumble, Plenty of Fish, whatever it is. That's 6 weeks that you could be working, adding value to the organization that you're out. And that doesn't include you going out and dating someone. That doesn't include, I got to go to dinner. I got to try and spend time with her. I want to hook up with her. I got to do events. I got to go to events I don't even want to go to. Like, all that is just, it's all.
So there's no such thing as focused single people?
I think they're very unusual. And I think if they were already focused, you wouldn't be at my doorstep.
Why not?
Because you'd be successful. No one comes to me on a winning record. Like, no one's doing $30 million and saying, Lance Bachmann, let's partner. Like, that's not what I'm great at, right?
I think some of them should consider it.
I think
because you have connections.
I do have the connections without a doubt.
Connections matter too.
It does, but the average person coming to me is between 3 and 10 million, 2 and 10 million. I partner with them. We're going to get you to 30 million, 40 million, and then we're going to sell to a private equity firm. Make sense? I have no desire really to build to 100 million, 150 million, one organization. I just don't. I know the amount of work it does. I know what you have to put into it. And I always say this to people. My question is this: what's life-changing money to you? And for every single person, that's different. The majority of people will say to me, if you get me somewhere between $4 to $10 million, it's life-changing money. The majority of people say that to me. And that's easy to get someone. That's easy to get someone those kind of numbers.
Well, it depends on if it's one lump sum or not.
It's always one lump sum.
Yeah, because a lot of times I'll look back and I'll be like, I made how much? Mm-hmm. I have one partnership where I calculated the other day how much I've paid that individual, mm-hmm. and I've paid him $11 million. Mm-hmm. I'm like, I've paid you $11 million, bro. But it's been over a course of time. It's not the same as a chunk, bam, right in the bank. What was the biggest chunk you've ever exited and heard it in your bank account?
18 million.
And when you heard it, what?
That was my side of it.
But it
hit my account.
But when it hit the account, was it like the first time you had real money?
No, because before that, I hit 3 before, but the first one I ever hit, me and my other partner each got close to 10 million. It was like 9.29. And now when I hit my account, you got to remember, and I was already a millionaire by that time. Like, it sounds crazy, but like you said, it took me all these years to build one SEO. And then I sold this HVAC company and I got almost close to $10 million in the account at one time. And like, the sad part was I didn't even celebrate, but the monkey of my wife and my kids were off my back. Even though I was a millionaire, I still had to go make money. Like when your house is paid off and you're still making $2 million a year, $1.5 million a year, you're living a good life, but you don't have life-changing money. And you understand that, Brad, because like you said, when you're making $1.5 million, $2 million a year, you're spending probably $500 to $1 million just on lifestyle, doing things. When I got that first check, it was like, all right, my family is set up for life if I do nothing stupid. And then when the second check hit and the third, I probably should have took time to celebrate, which I didn't. I just never have.
What is a celebration for you?
The last company I sold was for $36 million. And my wife actually, I was coaching my kids wrestling when the money hit. I didn't even know it hit that night. And my wife's like, do you want to go out to dinner, celebrate with the kids or anything? I was like, why don't we just take them up to the arcade on the boardwalk? And I gave them all $100 gift card to the arcade. That's what I don't need much, man. Like, I really don't.
Do you don't like to travel?
I like to travel with my wife. My wife's a fun time. She's my best friend, so I like to travel with her. And no, I really don't like to travel. I travel for her. No, I could be happy being home with my kids every day, wrestling and football. And honestly, if I never went on another plane again, I'd be ecstatic. But my wife likes to travel, so I travel with her, and she's a fun time. So it's not like I'm miserable while I'm doing it.
Where do you guys go though? Like beachy?
We just came back from Croatia, Germany. It was nice. I mean,
are you staying at the best hotels and living it up, or are you cheaping it?
No, I don't. Nah, you'll never see a brink truck following a hearse. And if my kids can't make, I own hundreds of properties outright. No more. Like, if my kids can't make it with what I'm leaving behind, there's a fundamental problem with them. Like, they're good.
So they've got enough laying there. Now you're spending money. You're not afraid to spend money.
No, I believe in spending money. I believe if you spend money, it will make you sharper.
So what's a good vacation in your mind cost?
Well, the last one me and my wife just went on was close to $100,000
for
2 weeks.
Yeah, that's a good one.
Yeah.
Yeah, but that's nice. That's what I'm looking to do. Like, if I exit one of mine soon, which I will in the next 3 to 5, I believe, I just want to travel.
You think you do, but
I do.
But
the problem is I have to sustain it because, at $50,000 a week, I want to be gone 6 months. It adds up. So, and you have to have everything situated. So because I screwed off so long. Now I make good money, thankfully, but I need to like get it situated. I need hundreds of properties. I need to get situated. That's why 3 or 5 more years. Because 3 or 5 more years, I'll be situated. Then I'll dump, or maybe all of them. And now I got a real big chunk of money. So the money behind the last 3 to 5 years, conservatively invested, T-bills, like low, very conservative. And then throw like a 100 in an account, and then I'm just off and running. That's life changing. 100 plus.
I mean, I disagree. I don't.
For me.
For you, is
because I want to fly private. You probably don't, do you?
My wife won't let me fly private. That's
Why?
off the table because she's afraid it's going to go down. Which I don't care. Listen, if my biggest problem is me flying first class everywhere I go, then life's real bad.
Is your wife in charge?
No, I run my wife. Listen, my wife is in charge of my house for sure. My wife runs my house.
You said she won't let me fly private.
Because she doesn't want it, because she's afraid. Listen, there's a lot of carts attached to this horse. If this horse goes down, a lot of shit changes for a lot of people real fast. So.
Well, why was a private jet going to go down, but a commercial one won't?
Well, if you look at it statistically, private jets do go down quite often, not as much as people think, but a commercial flight that hasn't gone down here in America, I think it's been since 9/11, and before that, it was like 10 years. Like commercial flights and obviously 9/11 was a terrorist attack, right? So commercial flights don't go down and mass kill people the way people think. Now people bring up the whole helicopter into the commercial flight at Washington, D.C. I mean, that's just a tragedy, right? That was just a bad tragedy that transpired. And I think there was more to that, because what's the odds of a Black Hawk going into a commercial flight? But that's a whole nother conversation.
So what's your day look like? You seem like a workaholic.
During the summertime, I'm not, because I spend about 6 weeks with my kids, 8 weeks with my kids. But yes, during the wintertime, I'm up by 4 or 5 every single day. I'm on the phone with my CEO, Bill Rizell, by 6 o'clock every single morning.
What are you saying?
We're going through our numbers. So I get a daily text every day for all my companies' KPIs. It comes through at 6:02 in the morning every single day.
How would someone get that situated for themselves? Who are they calling, and what are their instructions?
Ask that question one more time so I fully understand.
Like if I said, hey, I want KPIs from all my businesses every morning as well.
I can help you set that up. So you can see it there. Tells you every single breakdown, every number, every division. I know how much in sales we have, how much collected revenue. I get a report every night to how many appointments were made. I manage it right off here. Every single thing.
Well,
So
do you manage it or you just get the data?
I get the data and I talk to my leadership team. So I was on a call this morning at 6 o'clock your time here in Vegas with my other leadership team for my winner's circle and our conference that's going on, the roofing conference. You're speaking at actually. Jacob and Neri missed the call, but we should talk about that later. But so yeah, I'm in meetings, constantly working, just trying to make things better and doing the right stuff. The summertime is very hard for me because my kids are home. So I'm home. My wife, I think my wife had a stroke like 2 years ago and almost died.
Oh, she did?
Yeah, so that changed my life. So during the summertime, I'm home with my kids and my wife heavily.
But what like who did you call to say, hey, I want these numbers every day? It seems like you've got
I have the
shit
Rolodex
down.
Yes.
And I am loosey-goosey.
I don't know if you're loosey-goosey. You got a hell of a environment here. You've been very successful, Brad, so I wouldn't put yourself down.
Well, I know, but like I don't get numbers every morning by 6:02. I literally sometimes don't get numbers at all.
Yeah, that wouldn't work for me.
Like the other day I was talking to the guy that's supposedly running sales, and I'm like,
supposedly running sales.
what's the sometimes I think I might have a sales prevention team, but I've got a couple new guys here that are starting to kick that ass. So I'm starting to attract a team. My biggest mistake was not building a team. But when it comes to numbers, every morning at 6:02, I'm almost like, what if nothing happened the day before?
Then you get nothing. It comes back with a 0. You get a text message, 0. But then I want to know why there's a 0. Because too many days of zeros, and I say this to everyone, I don't manage to the month. I damn sure don't manage to 6 months. I damn sure don't manage to the year. I manage to the day, right? every day we sell something in every division, every one of my businesses. And if we don't sell something, I want to know why. You're a sales company.
When you say you want to know why, do you call the team that didn't sell it?
I'm going to have the conversation with my CEO, Bill, and he's going to go down and find out why.
And
then Kelly, who runs my coaching group and my man, like, think about this.
But aren't they just coming back with the same answer?
No, because listen, the output you do will get, the input you do will get you the output. Like, I'm too sharp of a guy. If you make 100 phone, and I witnessed a guy do it. His name was Paul Demian, and he worked for me at yellowpages.com. And this guy smoked more weed than fucking Cheech and Chong, Brad. This guy did, right? And I was walking by, and we had an open floor concept. And I hear this guy go, cold call this woman to sell yellowpages.com advertising. And she goes, is this a cold call? He goes, it is. I just want to see if you want to buy something today. That was his whole line. And she goes, well, what are you selling? And I watched this whole thing unravel. And he sold her an ad online. And that was his line. I just wanted to see if you wanted to buy something today. Like, admittedly, he was cold calling. He did that 100 times a day, this guy. Same exact thing. And he literally would sell something every day. And he never misquoted this guy. Paul Demian's name was, right? And that taught me there, because I was the leader of sales. And if you if you get the input, the output has to come. The problem is when you don't manage people daily, and people will say, I don't like to be micromanaged. You hear that a lot, right? Well, if you're successful, no one's managing you. If you get me the output, no one gives a shit how you get to the output. Do you, Brad?
Well, as long as it's ethical, yeah.
I mean, it's going to be ethical, right? That's without saying. Like, do you give a shit how I get there? Absolutely not, right?
Do you think I just give, or I should say entrepreneurs, I'm asking questions for me too, but entrepreneurs, do they give too much leniency for their team? Like, if I literally said, we didn't sell anything yesterday, what happened? They're going to say, nobody bought anything. I know, but why? I guess they didn't want it, but they're not going to give me intelligent answers.
But I know the answers before I ask them, because I have Terramine on every single computer.
Terramine?
Terramine. It tracks your whole computer day of what you do, how much output, right? Then I have 3X, 3CX, and I can see how many phone calls you made, right? So I know if you made any phone calls, right? Then I can just look at your phone and say, hey, let's see how many text messages you made, right? It's just, life is real simple. It's impossible. When there's activity, energy makes energy, people buy things. It's just that simple. Well,
it sounds like you're driving it though, because I'm very lenient.
I don't drive it. My leadership team drives it. I make it. Listen, I say this to everyone, like, we have the opportunity. We have a great reputation. LB Capital's reputation is incredible. Lance Bachmann reputation, we've talked about this over the phone before. Like, you said no one says really bad stuff about me. I said, because I try to keep it PC with everyone. I don't take jabs at people. I don't believe in, someone sent me a text where he called someone out on a podcast. They're like, shots fired. I'm like, why would you take a shot at Andy Elliott? Like, there was no reason for that shot to be fired on a podcast the guy did. I said, because you got to give credit for what the guy's done. Whether you like him or don't like him, he is winning, right? I mean, and it seems like it's ethical, so who gives a shit, right? So I think I hold people accountable, right? I say this to people all the time. If you can't do your job, I'd rather have no one doing that job and know that I have to do it or replace it. So there are no free rides on this bus. It's just that simple. And that goes for everyone. I have high expectations. I have high standards for everyone around me. That I do have.
Maybe I need to raise mine.
No, you're doing fine. You're successful. I mean,
just because I make money doesn't make it successful. Like, if, let's say I was making $10 million a month, and I really, if I were to raise my standards and hold people accountable, would be making 90. Is 10 good?
I don't make $10 million every month.
No, if that happened.
I think
the answer is no.
I think, do you have positive P&Ls? Are you heading towards your mission? You gotta remember, every one of my companies besides the Winner Circle, which is my coaching group, which I'll never sell. We do masterminds and Winner Circle, which I'll never sell that, right? And then my roofing conference. Every one of my other businesses are all built to sell. So we have to run to do that, right? Like, and the only way PE firms are gonna give you maximum dollars is if you're scaling at a very fast pace with good margin. or you're just leaving millions and millions of dollars on the table.
So you're building everything to sell.
Everything. I build everything to sell, except for my coaching group, which is my smallest business, but I love it. I love doing it. I don't know why. I like helping people. I think it's fun. I think you do too, because there's not much money in coaching groups. I mean, it's just not. Like, people are like, what do you mean? I'm like, a mastermind is $5,000. You put 25 people in it, it's $125,000. By the time you pay, do lunches, do dinners, and you pay all your employees, there's not much left. And people don't understand that.
That's because, Lance, they're not supposed to be $5,000.
I know it's supposed to be more, but I do them for $5,000.
They're supposed to be 50.
I know, but I get it. I mean, that's where you could come in and show me, right? Like, that's where I enjoy the 2 days I get to spend with people. I get text messages every day.
Well,
you help change my life.
Yeah, but if it's only 2 days, that's why it's $5,000.
Correct. It's 2 days.
Well, but again, a mastermind should last all year.
We charge $100,000 for our winner circle.
I
charge $100,000
for it's winner circle.
Yeah, it's called the winner circle. We charge $100,000, and I won't take a lower price because I don't need to.
And again, I mean, dude, it's a filter as well. Let's face it. You don't want someone that doesn't have the $100,000, because to me, the reason you have these high ticket masterminds is not necessarily for the money. It's for a filter to keep the right people in the room. Because if I'm paying you $100,000, I want to know that everybody else is at that level. Number one. Why? Because I don't want to go in there and be the biggest dude in the room doing the best. Like, if you're in the room and you're the one that knows everything, dude, if you ask me, you're in the wrong room.
I don't discount anyone. It's $100,000.
Yeah, but I want to get into a room where everybody's crushing. So I appreciate things like that, because it basically means that everyone in the room is doing decent. So at least I have something to talk about. Iron
sharpens iron. And we have a whole text thread on the winner circle, and people are having their best months ever. One guy had to lay 4 people off before he joined the winner circle. He hired them all back after being a member for 3 months. They're the stories I love to see. Like, you gotta remember, most coaching groups and most people have never sold 6 businesses, right? So they don't have what my leadership team has been through and what I've been through. They don't have the wherewithal. They don't understand it. They don't have the connections with all the private equity firms. They don't have the connections with the car places to get vehicles. They don't have the connections with all the distributors like I do and the manufacturers. And that all equals a lot when you're trying to figure it out.
Or reduce expenses.
And reduce expenses.
You ever take over a company and find just ridiculous amount of waste?
You'd be surprised what you find when you actually get underneath the hood of shit.
Do you fix that?
Yes. And we sit them down and tell them. But you'd be surprised what people waste money on. And you'd be surprised about the employees that have no impact on their businesses that they think do, because they like them or they're good communicators, but they actually had no value in their organization whatsoever.
How can an entrepreneur listening find out whether every employee has impact or not, so they could do their own cleanup?
Literally, all you do is take an org chart, put what they make next to it, and then go see what they do daily. Just see what they actually do daily. And then what I do is I do one better. And I'll give you an example. Like, I have all the emails for my companies. So I'll change the password on someone's email, just if I feel like they're not working, not doing anything. And I'll just see how many emails they sent that day or day before. Now, if you worked for me, and I'll give you an example, one of the guys we let go probably 6 months ago, he sent 2 emails out in a week. So what could you possibly be doing for a full week, 40 hours, if all your communication was 2 emails?
I was on my phone.
On your phone doing what?
Talking.
Impossible.
I don't like emails.
Well, then you can't work here. Our whole life
How many emails am I supposed to send?
Well, when you're running a whole department and a team, you better be sending more than 2.
So you have analytics on how
everything.
Emails people send?
Everything.
It's called Terramine?
Called Terramine. We see everything. I see how much you're on Facebook. We actually have people in every organization.
What department is that?
My IT department. We have a full marketing department, full IT department, accounting department, legal. Like, it's ran properly.
Well, maybe I need an IT department.
You need one IT guy to start. Or just go hire an IT company like Shock IT that I sold.
What I say, hey, every day I want to see who was on social media today.
It gives you a report. It gets sent to your email. And it tells you activity time.
Well, what if they just take out their personal phone?
And do what?
Go online.
Like, then you're not working on your computer and you're not on the phone with customers. And what is your job?
But not everybody in a company is supposed to be doing that.
Okay, but I can try. If you're the accounting, right? and you're not in QuickBooks, and you're not in your email, and you're not in our Service Titan, what could you be what could you be possibly doing for accounting?
Dude, I wonder what it's like to work at your organization. It sounds like Big Brother's watching.
Listen, if you don't think Big Brother's watching everything you do, everyone's high as a kite.
Is that why everybody, stays at Lightspeed, because nobody's really paying attention?
No, I think you're a nice guy. I think you got a great organization here. We don't use these things to manage people. We use them to coach people and make them better.
No, I know, but what you're saying is the shit I want. But I think even if I set it up, I wouldn't hold anyone accountable. Listen, like if I saw somebody say, hey, basically what appears to be they're not really working much, I don't think I'd say anything about it. Why? Because again, I mean, like, maybe they're, I'd have to see the analytics.
Yeah, see for me,
let's use an editor as an example.
Yep.
Because I have editors. We've recently let some go because.
When you say video editors?
Yeah.
Okay, video, okay.
Well, I mean, I had them for a long time and I was like, at least produce like a half hour of content per week. Mm-hmm. A week. Okay. You can do that shit in a day. Mm-hmm. But I'm like a week. And then, I'd never know for sure if they even did their half hour. But I didn't let them go. Why? Well, because if I need them and they're not there, then what do I do?
Well, you replace them and then you let them go. But you can see the video editors on Terramine, it will tell you, hey, listen, I was in CapCut, I was in this tool, I was editing, but whatever the tool that they're using.
How much is Terramine a month?
It's nothing, like $9 a user, $5 a user. It's dirt cheap. Like all this stuff is dirt cheap. But the bigger thing is this, is what people don't realize is this is, it's my job and my leadership job to coach you to make you better. So if you don't know what to do, and if we don't know what you're doing, how do we coach you to make you better without insight to that? Like, we don't let people go often. It isn't like we're like if I say this to someone, if someone walks in at 9:30 and they're working to 6, 7, 8 o'clock every night, if someone ever said something to the person that walked in at 9:30, I'd fire them. Make sense? Like, you gotta let people have autonomy and freedom, right? But if people are failing and they're struggling, the only way to help them is to know by what they're doing. And if they don't know what they're doing, how can they explain to you what they're doing? So we gotta look underneath the hood of the car and see are the behaviors the correct behaviors. And if they're not, we educate, show, explain, and then say, here, let's go do these behaviors and let's look at the outcomes we get there. And that goes for the way we answer our phones, to the way we order our production team. All this stuff is tracked. We want to know how we're ordering roofs, how we're ordering siding, windows, doors. We want to know how we're answering our phones. We want to know when a lead comes in, how fast we get to that lead. All this stuff is tracked and we use it to make our companies more efficient and better. And make no mistake, if you want to sell a company to a private equity firm, they're going to come in and do it. Yeah.
Well, speed to lead, how do you track on that?
We have the whole entire system broken down. We're right in our Service Titan. It will tell us, and Angie's, Home Advisor, PPC, when the lead comes in, it tells us our average response time to a lead, how fast we get back to it.
When you buy these companies, are there ever any founders or now your partners against nitpicking and holding everybody accountable like that because of fear of upsetting the apple cart?
Yes. And it's once again, I don't think it's nitpicking. I think it's coaching to make people better. Listen, I've had people thank me, tell me
some people would call it nitpicking.
Absolutely.
No, it isn't. I'm just saying it because that's what I'm thinking. If you're over my shoulder and you're, damn, Lance came in here. Now there's no escaping there's no float. I call it a country club normally. Like
none of my businesses are country clubs.
Yeah. So have you ever bought an organization that's technically a country club until you partner with these people, and now the owner finally goes, you know what, screw everybody. I want to get paid.
Well, that's what happens.
I know, but now all of a sudden everybody leaves because you came. And now you're holding people accountable, which the owner should have been doing from the get-go. He just wasn't.
We've had people leave. I mean, one of my organizations, one of my technology companies, we've had people leave because they were held accountable. Nobody ever wants to look at themselves in the mirror and say, I'm the reason I'm fat. Nobody ever wants to look in the mirror and say, I'm the reason I'm a loser. No one wants to look in the mirror and say, I'm the reason I'm failing. But really, and just remember this, and I say this to everyone, if you're adding value to an organization, you never got to worry about your job. If you're adding value to an organization, you'll never have to worry. When someone says to me they got fired or laid off, automatically I think you added no fucking value to your organization. The last thing you want to ever lose, including me, is anyone around me that adds value. Well, like my personal assistant, Julissa, like she is on it. Like she might make mistakes, but the value she adds in my life, she's become one of the most important people to me over the last 2 years of my life. Right? Like my CFO, the value, my CEO, the value. I'm not talking about mistakes and hiccups. If you add value, you never got to worry about being in an organization. And that's where most people don't get that.
Your book, All In, what is that about?
It's just a book writing about anything. You got to be all in, right? I always say there's levels to anything in life. Like some people, and I heard a saying once is, some people are interested and they're probably never going to be successful. Some people are committed and they're going to probably be successful. And then people that are all in and obsessed, they're going to be the 1%ers. They're going to be the ones that build things. They're going to be the ones that become multimillionaires. They're going to be the ones that change a lot of people's lives.
Now, you claim in one of your Instagram videos that you're not the brightest dude in the world. You were in special ed.
I was.
Like jokingly or for
no,
real?
I was in special ed, K through 12. I rode the little yellow cart, right? There was kids on the helmets, and I'm not like, you're laughing like it's, listen, you're laughing, but there's no one that could deny that Council Rock, all the schools, they'll say, Mr. Spearing, Mr. Freeman are my special ed school teachers, Mr. Ortman, like they'll tell you, I was in Glen Mills for 2 years, they'll tell you.
But what for?
Because I was because this is the problem with school. School is for fools, right? It's not for self-thinking. School is to make employees. That is what school is for, right? Nowhere in life do you just move to a bell. Move, everyone move. Nowhere in life do you just sit and go, oh, Thomas Jefferson, whatever the fuck he did. I don't even know, but I know it's one of the people that helped find our country. Like, school is not realistic, right? So you had a kid like me that was hyperactive, that was gung-ho, you know, came from a poor family. What do? You stick the kid in the basement. You stick him on the little yellow cart. You say this kid's autistic or whatever you want to call it. Like, and literally you're laughing, but that's what they did. But it's not real. But and I say it this time, well, I'm not book smart. But what I am is I know how to see something and see it's successful. And if it's successful, I'm going to duplicate it real fast. And I have no problem saying I've never had an original thought in my ideal, except for if I see something that works, I'm going to duplicate it.
So all the way till you were senior high school, you were riding the short bus.
Little short bus. Choo-choo. Yeah.
For real.
For real.
What'd they say you had?
I don't even know. Listen, I didn't care. Like, you're laughing. I didn't care. Like, it's
well,
like,
that's because I'm sitting there trying to picture you on a bus.
Little yellow bus has like 3 or 4 seats. People in wheelchairs coming in. I'm not making light of it because they shouldn't have done it. I don't think they would ever get away with it today.
But why you? There's usually a reason.
Listen, I was a bad kid. So were my brothers. My brothers were all in special ed. We were terrors. When we came from the city. We moved to the nice burbs like this in Henderson. And we were brothers that fought. We were hyperactive, getting in trouble, doing dumb things. We didn't have a dad, right? My mom came and got us out of foster care, right? So we're in and out. And so she comes and gets us. And it was just, listen, they probably didn't know what to do with us. So they put us there. They put me there. But yeah, I was in special ed.
And then you became the youngest vice president of AT&T?
Yeah. Yeah, I ran the whole entire country at AT&T. By the time I was 28, I was a full officer. Ran yellowpages.com, grew it from 0 to 159 million. Then I left.
What do you think you learned there the most?
I think I learned you got to be a big brother and you got to watch the metrics. You do. P&Ls are important to understand. It's funny because it doesn't matter what the widget is, you're a sales organization. And they would preach it to me all the time. It didn't matter like what it was. We were a sales organization. And when you understand you're a sales organization, every business, it just becomes easier.
Yeah, well, as you're saying that again, it's like I keep saying, what's Lightspeed? Well, it's a training company. No, it's a sales company.
We are.
And I need to start adopting that. I think everyone listening that's running a business, they need to start adopting that because it does shift your like, wait a minute, that is correct. And more than likely, when that focus is concentrated on, it's going to raise revenue. So do you have advice about balancing building an empire and having a healthy family life?
No, I think it's bullshit. I don't think you do too. I think you can't. Listen, I'll never be a billionaire because I know what guys that are billionaires sacrifice to get, right? Like, I'm worth 9 figures. I'm good with it. Like, life's good. I'm a happy man.
You don't think you could just do it so many times?
I don't want to.
You think it takes that much?
I think the guys like, listen, I know guys that are going to do it. Tommy Mellows of the world. And these guys, they're savages. They work every day. They work Saturday. I got 4 kids. I want to be with my kids. I'm 51 years old. Average male in America lives to 77. That means I got 26 years left to live. By the time I hit 60.
On average.
On average. Well, listen, I got to go with statistics. I don't do the whole, when I partner with someone, I give them the average, right? I don't give them the pie in the sky. When I coach someone, I give them the average. I don't give them the pie in the sky. If I live to 85, I'm doing cartwheels, right? But you got 26 years left. Of the last 10, you're probably not living the best life. So I got 15 years to enjoy my life. What brings me joy? My children, my wife. I'm going to spend as much time with them. So no, I'll never be a billionaire. And I do believe, I can do it for the next 10 years, 15 years, easily. Like, we're not killing ourselves at LB Capital. We're not working 20 hours a day. We're working a good 12 hours, 10 hours, some days 15, but we're not killing ourselves. Everybody's working. They're having fun. They're making money. My CEO's had his best financial year. All my leadership team, their best financial years. The majority of my employees, all their best financial years. And that's what winning's about.
You think it's possible to overpay people?
Yes.
How do you figure?
Because you want to overpay people. Listen, you want to overpay people because why would you, and I say this all the time, you probably I have Christmas Eve dinner at my house, right? And I order all this food, and I want everyone to eat. And I make trays. There's no better feeling than sending my sister home or my brother home with trays of food, right? The same thing when you have employees and people that are actually doing the work. You want to overpay people for their hard work and reward them and thank them. And
do you think it's possible to overpay?
Yeah.
How?
Because if you're making money, share the profits.
Yeah, but that overpay by definition means you're paying them more than they're worth.
No, that I don't believe. No. Do I believe every single person that's ever I made into a multimillionaire will go do it again? No, I don't believe that. I don't believe they're going to want to or have the skill set to.
When your kids look back one day, you think they're going to remember you more as a mogul businessman or dad?
Dad, I hope. I don't even care about the business side.
Do they even see that?
Yeah, I talk to my boys about it because I don't want my boys working for people. I want my boys all to be entrepreneurs.
If I'm about to sell my business, would you recommend I take an earn out?
No, do not take an earn out. Absolutely not. It's not built for you. It's not, it's.
What if that's part of the deal?
Don't do it then. You don't have to. Listen, if one person's willing to buy your business, truly a real private equity firm, I'm talking about the real ones. If they're willing to buy your business, 10 more will.
But do they really want to buy your business?
Yes.
Because again, sometimes when you're getting ready to exit, you're like hoping they buy your business, so you don't want to upset the apple cart. Can you walk into it like you're the one with the leverage?
No one has leverage. Neither side has leverage, right? It's called
if you want to buy me bad, I got the leverage. If I want to sell to you bad, you got the leverage.
No, because it's not how it works. These guys have funds. These guys are business. These guys are sharp. You got to remember, just remember this stat. If 12 businesses are for sale this year, right, 1 will be bought. And that's not by a private equity firm. It's most likely going to be bought by a guy with an SBA loan, an earn out, holding the note, doing some type of bullshit handshake thing, right? It takes a private equity firm to vet on average 400 to 500 deals to close one. Damn. So I want you to think about that, right? 400 to 500. These guys are bright people. So when you come in and you think you have this leverage, the reason why private equity firms work so well with me is they know I'm going to be fair. They're going to be fair. They got metrics they got to stay within. I have metrics I'm going to stay in. After we go through quality of earnings and we know what the EBITDA is, we see what the leadership team, do they like it? Do they like our systems, our processes are built? Then we can say, okay, I went 9 times, 10 times. Okay, well, hey, I'm going to give you 8 at closing. I might give you 1 at the earn out then. Okay, well, then an earn out makes sense because I'm getting 8, but the earn out is hittable, achievable, not achievable, somewhere in between. So no, it's not. I don't think anyone has leverage. I think it has to be a win for both parties, Brad, truthfully, or I think deals go sideways.
People always say, it takes money to make money. Did you have money to begin with?
No, I grew up poor, you know that. So no, but I can tell you this.
But I mean, you had money from AT&T if you crushed it.
I did crush it, but what happens is at that time, I filed bankruptcy during then because I spent so much money, mismanaging money, like every other idiot, trying to be the guy, driving nice cars, being a moron. So I fell to the bottom. Had to work my way all the way back up. But once you do get money, it becomes a lot easier to make money. And the funny part is this is, and you know this, when you don't have money, nobody wants you in the room. As soon as you do have money, everybody wants you in the room. It's totally, it's lunacy to me. Because I'm still the same Lance Bachmann.
Every successful entrepreneur has a secret. What's the one money-making strategy you've never revealed publicly or in any of your groups?
The biggest thing that's made me money is number 1, relationships. Number 2, you always better do what you can stand behind and do the right thing, because even if the other person doesn't agree with it, they know you're doing what you believe is right. And as long as you're always doing what you believe is right, you can always stand in front of people and say, that's why I made that decision. And I made more money by that than always.
Doing the right thing.
What I consider the right thing. Someone else might consider it wrong, right? And the biggest thing for business is if you want to be successful in business and you really want to be successful in business, take the emotion out of it and just put logic in. I live life very logically.
Yeah, my version of that is tell the truth. Always tell the truth, which means do the right thing, man. Then you don't have to remember your lies.
No doubt.
You don't have to get caught in a lie.
Yeah.
And try to always over-deliver if you can. Now, do you really believe that supporting another person's success will ever threaten yours?
Absolutely not. Absolutely not. No different than if someone has a hotter wife than me, it doesn't impact me. I'm not sleeping with her. Your success is never going to hurt me. Your success is only going to help me if we're both good people, right? It's when you're bad people and jealousy comes into play. So many people are jealous. It's funny. People are like, oh man, well, Lance, you're more successful than that person. This person has this. I'm like, who gives a shit? Are they happy? I'm like,
are they happy is the bottom line.
What's success mean? Success to me is sitting on my farm with my wife outside on a Friday night and my kids are terrorizing my wife. Like, that is success.
Do you have buddies that come over or no?
Yeah, buddies come over. I have a lot of it's business. And I have some of my old friends. Listen, clearly my friends have changed over the last 20 years. As you change your vision and goals, not everyone's coming for the journey with you, and that's okay. And, I always have respect for my friends that never talk shit on me, and the ones that did talk shit on me, I just see it so clearly. I'm like, whatever.
Now, roofing conference, the roofing process conference.
Yes, December 3rd to 5th in Marco Island, my friend.
December 3rd through the 5th in Marco Island. That's where I'll be dropping some heat. I tell people, just come out and hang, smoke a cigar, have some fun, network. How valuable you think relationships are?
Changed my life. Tommy Mello asking me, I'm going there tomorrow, asking me, he flew to my house. Tommy Mello flew to my house, and he's worth more to me. But he flew to my house, spent 2-3 days with my family because he knows I don't like to leave my family. Him and Bree slept in my house, and he asked me to be the keynote at Vertical Track. I'm not sitting here selling 6 different businesses if he doesn't do that. I meet a guy by the name of Travis Riggy, changed my whole entire life. Travis Riggy sold his HVAC company. It was the size of the company I had at the time. I sold that. Me and my partner got close to $10 million each, hit my account, changed my life. And then here I am today, right? Like, if you're not going to conferences, if you're not going to masterminds, if you're not networking, like, shame on you, because you're going to learn more from people there. Because the majority of these people that go, like, think about this. What do I have to sell you here? Nothing. You have nothing to sell me here. When we're on the phone and we're FaceTime and talking, none of us are trying to sell each other anything. Like, you build real relationships and it becomes invaluable. It just does.
Most relationships, most people fail to understand that every dollar you've ever received comes from a relationship of some kind.
100%.
So everybody wants more money. I'm like, get more relationships. Well, my friend, I appreciate you coming.
Thank you.
Entrepreneurs that are listening, roofing businesses specifically, if you guys want to partner with Lance, where would they go?
Just call my cell phone, 215-796-4393. That's my real number, 215-796-4393. If I don't answer, text me. I'm pretty easy to get a hold of.
So if is there a minimum? Because, dude, you might get a lot of people with the wrong qualifications. What are you looking for?
We go through probably 200 people to make one deal. And that's just.
But you want to listen? You want any of them that are interested?
Oh yeah, I'll talk to anyone, because even if I don't partner with you, I'll tell you what to do to be successful. Why would it cost me nothing to be nice and give you some advice?
Okay, so Bomb Squad, blow his phone up just for shits and giggles. And some of you, just text him, just text him so he knows he shouldn't have done that. If I want to go to the conference, what is the name of the website people can get their ticket now?
The URL is roofconference.com for conference tickets.
And then where's All In, your book?
All In's on Amazon. You can go buy it.
You got a second book coming?
I do have a second book coming. It'll be coming out in about 60 days. And it's just talking about my childhood, how I use those life lessons in the business every single day, and how I've sold 6 companies now.
What's it called?
We haven't named it yet. We might call it From the Bathroom to the Boardroom, because I used to get locked up in the bathroom as a kid all the time.
Why don't you call it Exiting the Short Bus?
Maybe I'll call it that. I don't know if people will like that, though. And just so people know, listening to this, I'm not trying to make in front of anyone that does take a short bus, because I was actually on the short bus. And I say to people all the time, don't judge your kid as a kid. Make sure you build enough confidence in them to be a great adult. People are so worried about the Joneses think of their fucking kid, instead of worrying about making sure you're installing the right values. Like, I heard someone say, my neighbor's listening. I'm like, why do I give a shit about the neighbor? Like, I don't care shit what the neighbor thinks of me. Like, don't worry about what your neighbors think, what anyone else thinks of your children. You make sure your children love them and that you're fans of their children. I tell my boys they're the best at everything, no matter what. Like, always, you're the best. You're the best. Constantly reinforcing them.
Why do you think that is?
Because I was always told I was a retard when I was younger. I was a loser, this and that. I'm taking the opposite approach with my children.
Well,
you're the
it
best.
proves that it doesn't harm you.
What?
Saying that you're a retard and a loser.
Well, I don't know. You carry a lot of demons that you learn to hide.
But you turned out all right.
A lot of self-help. And thank God I got a great sister, a great brother that helped me, and some other great people along the way.
Otherwise, where would you have ended up?
I'd be doing life in prison. I truly believe that.
Really?
Yeah. Yeah. All my brothers have been in prison. I've been in prison. Like, everyone. Yeah. I have brothers that died, OD'd, heroin. Yeah. No, it was not a great story, man. This is I pinch myself because I have the most epic ending, and I feel like it's going to be the best show on earth.
So if you stopped right now, what would you be doing all day? Just hanging with the kids?
Kids and wife. I wouldn't.
What happens when they grow up and go away?
I'm going to miss them. I hope to have grandchildren as fast as possible.
Then you'll be hanging with them?
I hang with them. I love being with my kids. I love being with kids. I love being with my wife.
Why don't you just have some more?
I'm 51 years old. I'm done.
So?
I'm done. Nah, because I don't want to be a dead man. Like, Trump's very fortunate. He's living to 80, because if he would have lived to the average life, Barron would have been about 19 when he died.
So we all die.
Yeah, well, I'm trying to get my kids to 30 before I die, at least.
But why?
Because I just want to, listen, I don't think anyone wants to leave their children. Like, I don't care. Like, I don't care about leaving my wife.
But once they're off and running.
Well, once they're off and running, you're really not off.
They get off and running around 20.
No way. Do you see these kids today, Brad?
20 years old. They're out.
My God.
I was out at 16.
And look at you. You turned out good. Go look at the average 20-year-old kid sniffing Elmer's glue in his grandmom's basement on fucking Spankwank or whatever these damn apps are.
Yeah, but yours aren't.
No, because my kids are 11 and 10. My 34-year-old son does live with his mother. I mean, we got to change that as fast as possible. But, I mean, like, he's a good guy. He's trying. He made 6 figures last year for his first year. I'm proud of that. Like, he made 6 figures. Like, I told him to stay at home and bank as much money as he can. You know, he made 6 figures. Listen, I think the children today are just, I mean, this OnlyFans thing, I'm sure you heard about that. Like, it's all lunacy. It's all things I just can't be a part of.
Yeah.
Did you see the evaluation on OnlyFans?
No.
It's over $1 billion evaluation.
I'm sure.
I know, but think about that. Like that to me, it's just like where we've lost ourselves in our moral compass. Like I get like,
well, that's what happens when you sit around watching YouTube.
YouTube. Now, I don't think watching YouTube, if you're watching P&Ls and that stuff, I don't think it turns into an OnlyFans. You're fucked up. You stumped me on that one.
Hey, folks, go follow him at Lance Bachmann, right?
Yeah, everything's Lance Bachmann.
At Lance Bachmann on social media. He's always dropping killer content. If you're interested in his mastermind, reach out. And more importantly, as always, until next time, keep it real.